Hello, friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Blades of Exile. In the Valley of Dying Things, also known as Skylark Vale, there are a couple of things I could go back and do around the edges of the valley, but I'm pretty well equipped and really just itching to get back into the abandoned School of Magery. So let's get to it. Now, the first floor, the entry hall, is pretty straightforward and easy, and is already done. The visitors' quarters is a bit larger. Also goblin-infested. But that should be a relatively minor obstacle to me exploring. Also, last time, I did go into the Hall of Audience, but then I got distracted by goblins. So I could use the piercing crystal that I have. Or I could just tank a little zappy damage. Or a lot of zappy damage. Ow. Anyway, there is a rather ostentatious throne here. The audience hall of the School of Magery is dominated by a huge, intricately carved throne, no less impressive for the thick layer of dust that covers it. It almost seems to glow with its own light. Do you dare to sit in it? Yes, I dare. The moment you sit down, a flash of light erupts from the empty air in front of you. At first, you think you're done for. Then, you realize the only thing that's happened is that an insubstantial shade has appeared. It doesn't look hostile. It stands before you, staring vacantly at the throne. It's the ghost of a female mage, tall and imposing, with grim mien and piercing gaze. After a suitably dramatic pause, it speaks. I was Vinia, last administration of the School of Magery. I regret to announce that the school has been closed at the direct order of the Emperor. It is considered officially forbidden. That you are hearing this means you are here illegally. Not leaving immediately may result in the receiving of 30 years of probably fatal hard labor. Therefore, I strongly suggest you depart. Thank you. The shade disappears, and the throne loses its glow. The chamber is quiet once more. 30 years of probably fatal hard labor, that sounds pretty harsh. So I know there's goblins to the west. I don't yet know what is to the east. These magic barriers do not want me walking through them. Oh, darn it. Well, I don't actually need to read the warning again. Also, if the punishment is 30 years hard labor, does that mean this was before people started getting sent into exile when the school closed? Or is violating an empire order of a forbidden place so harsh a crime that you don't get thrown into exile, you get worse punishment? Good question. Okay, Brent, you really have to lighten your load here somehow. 2 AP is pretty crap. But the damage on your steel broadsword is not crap. It's fireball time. My favorite time. Well, I am unlikely to starve down here. You stumble into a goblin kitchen. They seem to be in the process of making a savory toadstool and giant rat stew. You decide to pass. Now, if we were exiles, that might actually be appetizing. I don't know about the giant rat part, though. Blurg. Oh hey, the goblin leader's back. Also, I'm webbed. I don't like that. Goblin leader is not so tough. Also, maybe I should be doing Scry Monster on some of these more rare and weird enemies. You can't see my bestiary right now because it's out of my recording area, but it's not very full. I've scryed a townsperson, a dog, and a sheep. Oh no, rats. Mm-hmm. Ah, they're little holding pens. The goblins are learning to farm. No, Orig can't pick locks. Though if I wanted anyone to bash down the door, he would be the choice. Ah, slime! I like how the verb for a slime doing damage is cave slime attacks, slimes for 3 damage. I also like how these glowy lamp things do provide some illumination. Light pole. Don't I have torches? Nice. Torch provides somewhat more light than I was expecting. Ooh, another goblin leader. Let's do a scry monster before fireballing him. Goblin leader, he's level 5, has 20 health, about 60 magic points, and is capable of casting level 1 mage and priest spells. So, kind of annoying, not all that dangerous. Oh, resistant to poison and also cold. more fireball targets over this way. Yeah. The rapier is almost certainly not going to be as good as the one I already have. Suspiciously empty space between walls. Cleverly concealed chest. Goblins are not skilled in the area of trap design. The gas trap on this chest is pretty obvious and shouldn't be too difficult to disarm. What's this? Not surprisingly, this shrine has been violated by the goblins in a very thorough and disgusting way. You clean it up a little bit, but it doesn't do much good. Aw. Sign. Common quarters. Scratched below. Warning. Bad creature from below. Okay. I knew there was more loot to get. And yeah, garbage does nothing. Ow. Please be a spell. It's a scroll, which technically is a single-use spell. Nothing hidden in the walls there. Some of these rooms are surprisingly neat by goblin standards. This one is not. Oh, a stone knife, oh boy. This is very interesting. The goblins seem to have painstakingly torn up the floor and walls in this area, and constructed their own faux cave walls in their place. It's like a simulated goblin cave environment. Totems are everywhere, as are goblin bones, carvings, and bits of graffiti. This must be some sort of temple or burial ground or sacred place or wherever goblins go to get serious. Sacred history of Gulzus tribe in memory of dead and lost. We see bad mages leave caves and go in caves to get new great home to live in. Then we go in, but gates close behind us, and we is stuck, and mages laugh at us and say place closed forever, and we stay here and live as well as we can. Warning. No go here. Bad, bad, bad. Okay, locked doors. And here we make shrine, and dream of day gates open, and we go out to be on surface again. And here we make shrine for own sacred place, the pit to more monsters. And one day we's going to top and see sun again, and be free, and find the bad mages and eat them. The end. Goals. Considering the care and reverence with which the goblin bones in the hall have been laid out, you can only suppose that this is where their most valued and respected heroes have been laid to rest. You also see the passage down to the next level. It doesn't look like many goblins have gone down it. I thought there might be a secret door in one of these corners. Oh, hello. You peek inside the dresser and find, much to your surprise, a small piece of paper. It looks like it was torn out of a book. A quick inspection reveals it to be a page from the journal of someone named Palhatis. Curse that Vinia. It is bad enough that we are being shut down. Must she also force us to abdicate all responsibility? I must do all I can to prevent the disaster I expect. If she finds out, though, it is clear that she listens to the Empire and no one else. She works against us as well. I know that she speaks against me. I can hear her now. Palhatis schemes against us. Palhatis is a traitor. Palhatis spreads rumors. I don't know what she plans against me, but my speaking out against the evacuation and what we're leaving behind have only made me enemies. I wonder what is to become of me. That's all that was written on the page. Mysteries deepen. And indeed, these are the quarters of Palhatis. Metal bar. And another passageway downward. We'll investigate those in due time. Pergaltho. And Vinia. Vinia's name has come up a couple times already. Well, she left some money behind. And a shirt, apparently. Blocks 0-0 damage. Meanwhile, Pergaltho left a rock and some garbage. And they really did not pack up after themselves very well, did they? What do you mean there's nothing secret in here? Kind of expected Vinia to have a secret something or other hidden away. Okay, another destroyed area. Oh, that's not a goblin. According to the area description, this is a goblin eater, and this is its lair. Goblin Eater is somewhat higher level than the regular goblin. Goblin Eater is somewhat higher level than the goblins at level 9, health around 50. Pretty good damage on its attack. Also fire resistant, cold resistant, and poison immune. And it has a disease touch, ew. And it's not actually that scary when given a solid curse. Bookshelves! What few books were left on these shelves have long since rotted away. Aw. Whatever was written on this sign has been scratched out and replaced with, "Bad monster Didway, stay back or it eat!" Okay, so at least a few goblins have been over here. Nothing in the crates. Torch is running out again. Guess I didn't actually see that far corner of the room. Ooh, stuff. Books have rotted away. This desk was quite thoroughly cleaned out. Ooh, glowy green thing. Huh. Well, that looks significant. And also, I don't know how to open that yet. That desk is cleaned out. 3 glowing green gates. And 3 cleaned out desks. Well, that is nearly all of what's on this level. I still have to go check out the bad creature from below over here. This stairway takes us to the holding cells. When you step on the rune, blue and red lights start to play over you. You feel them lightly searing your flesh, cleansing away any nasty afflictions you may have picked up in the holding cells. It kinda hurts. 1 damage, not that bad. To residential level, please linger on purification runes. Okay. To administrative level, please linger on purification runes. Viewing arena. All very interesting, but I will come back here later. And I will take the way over that doesn't require me to step through herdy zappy barriers, but does require me to get through a few goblins. Ah, it's just a spirit. We've dealt with one of those before. Let's put a slow on you. Actually, it's probably a little bit overkill, but I do have Dispel Undead. Oh. Still not alive, technically, but... Oh no, slimes! One turn undead should do it. And gain Thistle another level, yay! I guess Amber Slimes aren't that bad, they're just the ones that web me. They don't use acid. Oh, that was something. Where was the other thing? Right. Other staircase, or ramp downwards, is through here. This is not the holding cells, this is the storage level. You find a detailed fresco set into the wall, providing a crude map of this level. It's divided into 4 quarters, each devoted to storing a different thing. The northwest corner is for dry goods. The northeast corner is for live meat products. The southeast is dedicated to books and paperwork. Finally, the southwest corner is left intriguingly, ominously blank. So yeah, the holding cells and storage are technically on the same level. I guess the third level of the school is sort of split in half like that. So you've got the entry hall on top, level 2 is visitors' quarters, level 3 is split between storage and holding cells, and then level 4 is administration. And we don't know what, if anything, is below administration yet. Unless, of course, we've played this game before, but shh. The floor of the corridor ahead is covered with strange web-like husks, each about 3 feet long. When you get closer, you see what they are. The bodies of goblins, each wrapped in webs and sucked dry. Oh dear. Storerooms. Well, the dry goods section seems to have an infestation of some sort. And it's Chitrax. What are you doing in the service world? Oh, there's definitely more than 4 of them in my immediate area. Once, these pedestals bore books containing detailed catalogs of all the items stored in this area. Unfortunately, the books are gone. Chitrax ate them. Aww. Apparently Orig is too wept to move. Great. This corner might get a little tedious. Fortunately for me, the Chitrax are not very good at tactics. And they are all too happy to run into my Wallow Blades. Well, at least the larvae don't web me when they bite. Kill them with fire! And another glowy green gate. Would like to find out what the deal with those is. Very old meat. Yeah, I'm sure that's still good and not at all dodgy. Okay, that's a more powerful barrier. But it has kept the bugs out. So there's a bunch of robes and knives here. Joy. Ah, and a secret passage. Which doesn't contain much except some grey mold and a gem. I would like to have the Dispel Barrier spell, but I don't think it's in this scenario. So yeah, Chitrax came in and ate pretty much everything, as they tend to do. Oh, that didn't go very well as far as party organization. Since Margot hasn't been casting light spells, she has plenty of spell points for fireballs. And just a few more very empty storerooms. Well, that one's got boots. I don't see any way to get into that little void of space. Oh boy, darts. Meat locker. Some sort of magic keeps this chamber freezing cold, and remarkably, the spell is still functioning many years after the school closed. You see many chunks of frozen old meat. Hooray! Yep, even more very old meat. Tasty ancient jerky. Of course, it all goes into the bag of holding that we use for food, so we don't need to worry about spoilage. I guess. Bashing doors because I can, and it's fun. A little slaughtering room, and that is a chicken. I can't talk to it, but it is indeed a chicken. Once upon a time, someone slaughtered chickens in here and was pretty neat about disposing of the remains. So this is the mobile meat storage corner. I guess live chickens count as mobile meat. Strange machinery. The School of Magery is filled with all manner of fascinating, long-lasting magical devices, and this thing is no exception. It's a machine for making chickens. Looking through a small window, you see rows of eggs waiting to hatch. You can't be sure where the eggs came from. The chickens hatched from the machine probably provide them. The machine has a pair of ominous mechanical arms, which probably occasionally grab a passing fowl. And presumably there's a decent balance of hens to roosters. Yeah, just a couple of chickens wandering around. I guess that explains the source of the meat. Oh, hello. And what's in here is absolutely nothing. As you walk down the corridor, your minds are suddenly attacked. One moment, nothing unusual is happening. The next, you feel a weighty presence floating in and out of your minds. As you struggle to concentrate and repel the presence, it suddenly decides to withdraw. As you feel it go, it leaves you a message, written neatly in among your memories. It says simply, "I am Pythras. I am imprisoned nearby. Come to me. I will help you." Pythras also left an image of herself in your minds. You recognize what she is immediately. She's a dragon. Oh my. Halls of Records. High security creature holding cell. Do not proceed without protection. Unauthorized entry forbidden. Is that so? So yeah, the intriguingly, ominously blank corner is high security creature storage, which is holding a dragon. And this ramp goes down to administration. We'll deal with that later. Any Empire organization generates an awful lot of paperwork, and the school was clearly no exception. Looking through this opening, you see room after room filled with bookshelves, no doubt for storing all manner of forms and bureaucratic mumbo-jumbo. Strangely, considering all the creatures that roam loose in the school, these chambers have been left completely undisturbed. Ha-ha. Form storage. And I'm not going to search through those shelves because I'm sure they would be mind-numbingly boring. The mystery of who has been protecting the bookshelves has been solved. Several insubstantial beings with very substantial claws have flowed out of the walls. One is in front of you, the rest are behind. Alas, you don't think they want to be friends. They are haunts. Well, let's see, do they count as undead? Indeed they do. Haunt is level 5, 30 health. Has no spells, but does have a sleep touch, and ability to summon? Okay. Oh, there's the sleep touch. Well done, team. Except Lyra. Ooh, throwing knives. Throwing knives are kind of heavy, man. Student records. That's an awful lot of records just left in place for a school that's supposedly shut down. Spell books. Oh no. This is very interesting. This room must have contained a number of spellbooks. Before the school was abandoned, however, someone came here and, with a few well-placed fireballs, burned them all. Considering the amount of ash and charred paper here, it must have been quite a library. You look over the wreckage, stunned by the sheer waste of it, and can only wonder who would do such a thing. Yeah, gotta say, not really a fan of the Empire just now. Because I agree, that is incredibly wasteful. So the Empire is the kind of entity that would rather burn everything than let the potential of someone unauthorized accessing it be a thing. Faculty records. Historical import. And school archives and indexing. And an oddly placed bookshelf here. When you examine this bookshelf, you notice that it's leaning away from the wall slightly. Curious, you pull on it, and find that it swings away from the wall. Now this one might have something good on it. Bookworms have had their way with the books on this shelf. Most of them crumble at your touch. One book, however, remains in good condition. It's a heavy tome, bound in black leather and brass fittings. You reach out to get it, hoping to examine it, and find it's icy cold to the touch. If you were careful, you could read it without freezing your fingers, but only if you wanted to. You flip through the pages of the frigid book, only to find that the magical script inside is far beyond your understanding. In fact, even attempting to read it warps and twists your minds. You quickly close the book and put it back before it does you too much harm. And everybody's dumbfounded. But I can still cast my level 4 spells, so not that bad a thing. So maybe I can come back to that book once I've learned a bit more mage lore, or maybe it's just cursed. Anyway, let's go visit this frickin' dragon, shall we? In the next episode. Until then, have a good one, everybody.